of gaming news happening this week and the past few weeks. Starting with the revival of the gaming program network G4, which I'm excited about. Clap it up from the dead. Clap it up.
Resurrection.
That channel, like I said, that channel was for us. That was the only thing, we had besides like growing up and seeing some shows about gaming, like Nick Arcade, like, which was great. I remember even G4 used to play reruns of it was a show before, like most of our times. I think it was called Starcade. I believe that's what it was called.
I'm not too sure, but G4 did nothing but like replays.
There was like an arcade. It was like Nick Arcade, and I think it was called Starcade, but it was in like the early 80s or late 70s. I think that's what it was called. Like, I don't know if y'all remember, but they also had a bunch of other newer shows that I'm sure y'all familiar with, like X-Play, Attack of the Show. And their Twitter accounts also went live again once this announcement came out, which was great to see. So I'm assuming that those shows will be coming back to the network. I don't know where the network's going to be. I heard that it's now under NBC Universal. So I don't know if when they bring it back, if it's gonna be streaming to like Peacock or something
Peacock.
like. I'm hoping. I hope it gets its own channel before, but it just goes in a better route that it did. Because I remember when G4 got to its later years.
It took a bit of a dive.
It took a dive because we just got nothing but reruns of like Cops and Cheaters. And I was just like, man, what the hell is this?
Like, Cheaters really reinvented itself on G4. Like, that's all it was airing was Cops and Cheaters.
Is G4 gonna be the one to revive Cops?
Yeah, right.
Cheating.
So I was just like, hopefully it's a better focus, and I hope they kind of open it more, like, because with gaming, such a lot of great content, but I think this is at a point where they can open up to, kind of like almost like how this podcast is. We talk about not only gaming, but like, anime and, comic book movies. I think they could go like full spectrum for their audience, because their main audience is all into these things, so I think they don't gotta like box themselves in.
And gaming has evolved so much since then with like streaming and all sorts of things. Like there's so many things they can do.
I could see them doing like
Cops
partnerships with like some of the exactly. So it was like, if they just open up, the box, and we don't have to rely on reruns of like stupid reality TV shows that no one really gives a damn about. So, but I'm excited. It's barely coming back in 2021.
I'm excited about it. I'm hoping that if you remember the early days of G4. I don't remember the show Judgment Day.
Yes.
Like shows like Judgment Day. Like I really wanted to kind of go back to that model, but also like you said, open up the box just to the nerd culture, because I feel like there's not a channel that's part of that culture. So it's like, okay, we're bringing G4 back, but we're gonna incorporate comics. We're gonna incorporate movies. We're gonna cover not only like PAX, and PAX East. We're gonna cover Comic-Con. We're gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I hope that it just opens the door to other genres of the nerd culture.
And show some video game movies.
Yeah.
Show Mortal Kombat. Show
Super Mario.
You could skip Annihilation, but the first one, great. Super Mario Brothers. Say what you want about that movie, but it's near and dear to my heart.
Yes, it is.
Double Dragon. If you want, I
wouldn't
skip
that
one.
I wouldn't go that far.
Street Fighter movie, man. I need to see. I'm biased.
Listen. I kind of like Street Fighter. Like, the same way people like love it or they hate the Mario movie, I kind of have that same.
See, like, I could see that, but for some reason, I can never look at that movie the same way I look at. I don't know, because the Super Mario Brothers movie, if it could work on its own if you didn't even call it Super Mario Brothers movie. It would still be, that movie's even relevant to this day. You gonna tell me Dennis Hopper? Dennis Hopper. He even looks like Trump.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, are we not in Dino Hatton right now?
And I will say, I don't know if this was just me. Anytime I watched that movie as a kid, remember like the fungus that was overtaking the city that was the king? to me it looked like cheese. So anytime I watched that film, I wanted a slice of pizza with extra cheese. I was just like, I want mozzarella right now. Why this is so weird, But yeah, it was out of his time. Like, yeah, he essentially was Trump running the city, and
I told you, that's what I'm saying. That movie could work if you could take out the names Mario, Luigi, Mario, which I don't even think was a thing until the movie came out. Because if you think about it, if they're called the Mario Brothers, then yes, Mario's name, his last name has to be Mario. So I don't know. Like I said, glad G4 is coming back. I'm looking forward to it.
And they're getting like Olivia Wilde back, and a lot of it seems like they're doing talks.
Olivia Munn. Yeah,
Olivia Munn.
Yeah. I was about to say Olivia Wilde coming to G4. Word.
We was about to say, we're about to be lit.
They seem like they're doing talks to try to get some of the original people back, and
for Attack of the Show.
Probably some of the original programming as well.
Was it Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb? They used to host X-Play. So I'll be happy to see them again. So they had a weird robot battling show on there. I remember too.
Oh yeah.
You moved to G4? I remember when I was on Comedy Central.
I used to turn the channel on that. But like one thing with kids, like not even kids, but gamers these days is like I know like kids. I don't want to say kids. Like, just said it. But like people your age, it's like y'all got YouTube, y'all got Twitch, where y'all have access to these games live. Like as soon as the game trailer comes out, y'all have access to it. We had to watch like G4 for like shows, and like then be lucky to get a new episode. It'd be like you said, rerun. So like it'd be a while before we. And
even before G4, you had to see it in like Tips and Tricks magazine and Nintendo monthly, Electronic Gaming Monthly.
Essentially,
that was your preview.
Essentially, you don't know what it was like to come up in the dark ages.
Yeah, G4 was a little bit before my time.